from the traveling, whatever. Yeah, so if you're watching this on replay, let me, you can watch this in ×2 speed because sometimes these get a bit ranty. There's not a lot of, there's not much planning in it. So yeah, but just thought I'd do a live Q&A here and answer some of you guys' questions. But first of all, I want to get started by saying that I realized something recently, me who's been into personal development for quite a long time, been doing self-help for a while, I realized that a lot of people, they overcomplicate self-help. So what they do is they overcomplicate self-help in a way that they make it more complex than they should. So for example, they're trying to, let's say they want to start a YouTube channel, and they obsess over, oh, I don't know how to start, I don't have the right camera, I don't have the right equipment, I don't know how to get started. I had one of these comments the other day. The guy was asking me, hey, this is really cool. This is really cool because what was I gonna say? Yeah, so the thing is, they're trying to shoot a video, and they can't because they have all these thoughts in their head, like, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel, but like, I don't know what to start, I don't know what camera to use, I don't know like if people are gonna like it or not. And the guy was asking me in the comments how to start, and I just told him, dude, you just gotta start. Like the answer is in the question, right? What's up, look, you're dead. Talking to you. You seem a bit toxic. I'm probably gonna, I don't know. I don't know if you're being toxic or not. If you are, I'm probably gonna cut him off, but whatever. So yeah, so you have to look at your personal development journey. You have to look at all the things that you want to improve in your life. Ask yourself this, like, what kind of advice would you like, what kind of things would you like to get better at? Or if it's with your health, if it's with, losing weight, if it's with relationships and all that. So fuck this guy. I'm just gonna, how do you remove him? Okay, hide user from this channel. Hide user from this channel, perfect. Because I just can't concentrate. Yeah, so by the way, if you can hear me, let me know in the comments below. Just with the camera. So yeah, let me guys ask me any questions below, so I'd be happy to answer them. And yeah, and what I like to say is, in personal development, people make it more complex than they should because they're using what's called they're not using what's called Occams Razor. Now, what is Occams Razor? Occams Razor is when you get something difficult, you get something complex that you want to deal with. Usually, the simplest answer to your question is the answer to your questions, right? So, for example, going back to the idea of shooting a YouTube channel. When you want to shoot a YouTube channel, for example, you could go the long route, like, oh yeah, so I'm gonna look at the best method, like the best industry. I'm gonna try to find the best niche with most people in it. So personal development, there's a lot of people in it, so you do that. But then, and then you read a bunch of books, and then you try to hire coaching. Okay, I get coaching to get my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna try to talk to Nameless, ask him how he did his YouTube channel, and you try to get all these sources and all of that, and you're just overcomplicating it. Honestly, you're overcomplicating it. And if you wanted to start a YouTube channel, basically all you'd have to do is you take your phone, right? Everyone has a smartphone. You press record and you speak. Here is your channel, and you start with that. What's up, Comrade Crunch? Hey guys, what's up? Is NoFap real? I don't know what you mean by it. Yes, it is a real thing. And some people it helps them. Some people it makes them better. Some people it makes them it helps them to have more energy, for instance, more testosterone. Some people say, I don't know. Those are like pseudoscientific claims, the testosterone thing, but it does help with energy for some people, because what happens when you fap is you deplete your dopamine. You stimulate yourself in a way, and the same thing with video games. Video games is a form of dopamine release. it floods your brain with dopamine, and because of that, you basically it makes you lose motivation, right? If you deplete that sort of dopamine in your brain, then it's normal if you feel less motivated. Thank you, Ami Turia. Your vids have really helped me in my low moments. Now, when I start to get depressed, I just remind myself there is no purpose in life, and I just need to enjoy what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah, honestly, nothing has a purpose, but at the same time, maybe that's the purpose of it all. Like everything is meaningless, but in that meaninglessness, you can find a meaning. There's things you can do in it, right? So it doesn't have to be sad, right? A lot of people they take the they take the meaninglessness of life, right? They get into this existential crisis or existential moment in life where they feel like, you know what, I'm gonna die anyway, and nobody's gonna remember my name. Why should I even live my life? But exactly, that's the point, because our life is so short. Exactly, you want to make the best out of it because life is short, and it's pretty much meaningless. That's amazing in a sense that you're free to do anything, right? Because there is no meaning, you can create your meaning, even if it's meaningless, right? So I talk more about that in my video, why life is meaningless. You could watch it if you want. Hello. There really is no purpose. Exactly. Yeah. You gotta make your own purpose. So Neil, how can you give tips on socializing with and not to overthink? Well, as I've said at the beginning of the video, right, the answer to your question is, the simplest explanation is usually the answer, right? So if you want to socialize and not overthink, well, you just got to go out there and socialize first. And the more you socialize, the more experience you get, the more confidence you get, the less you'll overthink, right? That was my experience. And it's just, there are two ways sort of to go about overthinking. The first way is you just jump right in and you do it. And you realize, like, when you talk with other people, when you're socializing, usually what happens is you get into the zone, in a sense. When you're speaking to someone, when you're speaking to someone, you're focused on the words that are going to come out of your mouth, and when they're talking back to you, right, you're listening to them. So that for me, for example, when I'm overthinking it, or I'm shy or whatever, I want to speak to someone but I'm shy. Usually, I think it's before you do the act that you're overthinking it, right? But while you're in it, you don't really have time to overthink because you're in the act of socializing, right? So that's my advice, is just try to dive right in and do it. But the second way that you can go about it is that you, let's say, practice mindfulness or meditation. Actually, you could do that too. But so if you're overthinking it, just try to be mindful of your breath and just breathe in and be present to the moment. When you are present to the moment, this is the antithesis of overthinking, right? The antithesis of overthinking is being present to the moment. So practicing meditation, even while you are, going to that social event, or you want to speak to that other person, you focus on your breath, or you focus on, the environment. You look at the environment and you feel sort of the social environment. Maybe there's a certain lighting, right? You look at the lighting. There's certain things, certain people that are talking to each other, and you just sort of feel the room and be fine with it. And maybe you don't have to, if it's a party. There's not a lot of parties now, but let's just say if it were to be a party, you'd just be like, oh, okay, there's people around. Let me just make my way in there and just like take it easy on yourself, right? Take it easy on yourself. Take the environment and be present to the moment with the environment. I think that's truly key. Why do chats keep disappearing? Andrijana Standojevic, that's quite a name. What's up? I have the social anxiety, but with your videos, I became a lot easier. Awesome, yeah. Social anxiety is no joke. There's some people, some clients I spoke to who struggle with that. Oh, here's a much better angle, I feel. Nah, not that much of a difference, whatever. Yeah, so yeah, practice. Come on, chat. Why do you disappear on my ass? Your advice are so great and your channel is really underrated. Thank you so much. No problem, Sup Neil. Yeah, so it's about socializing. You have to go out there and make it happen. Ask me questions, guys. Ask me questions, because I have no content plan for today, actually. I have no content plan, so basically I'm just waiting for questions to pop in. Otherwise, I'm just gonna end this. So ask me whatever you want. Do you have any advice on fuck. Oh, okay. Do you have on how to cope with fight or flight response? Yeah, the fear, right? When you're dealing with the fear, well, how to deal with fear is you face the fear, right? How you deal with fear is you have to dive right in, and sometimes diving right into the fear is difficult because, you know, depending on how big the fear is. So you might want to see that there are two ways again. So the first way is you dive right into the fear and you overcome it. Second way is you find ways to baby step it. So let's say going to a house party is like the scariest thing to you, okay? Well, instead of going to a house party and staying there for like the whole night, right? Can you give yourself a challenge that's a bit smaller? So maybe you go to like a small social event where like 2 of your friends and like 2 other random people, you know, something smaller like that. So to sort of gradually acclimate yourself to the fear. So find a way to do that, right? Find a way to make it easier. And I mean, the fight or flight response, if you're talking more on a sort of scientific level, there's not much you cannot change how the human body and human mind works. And the fight or flight response is fundamental to being human. And the best way to deal with it is to accept it. You know, me, for example, before I shoot a video or before I go live, sometimes I get the fight or flight response. So for example, the first guy who was saying like stupid shit about, you know, hey, who are you talking to? What else did he say? He said like, I'm not trolling you. You just stole my username on Call of Duty, because I was playing Call of Duty. And there's another famous Call of Duty YouTuber named Nameless. His name is actually Nameless if you look in the search bar. And when I read this comment, I had a bit of this fight or flight response, and I was trying to speak. I try to have ideas come out of my mouth, but because I keep seeing his trolls pop up, I like sort of lost focus there. And I mean, it's kind of normal. How I dealt with that response is like, I accept it. Like, okay, well, this troll on my stream, it is what it is. You're a YouTuber. I'm basically maybe semi-famous now. Not to brag, but you know, some people know who I am, right? So I had to. So when something like that happens, I just accept it. You accept it and you move on, and you accept it as part of human nature, pretty much. When you begin making your videos, I began making videos because I want to help millennials to self-actualize. That's it. I want to speak and convey the truth as it is, so I can help them to become better. That's my mission. How to get over an obsession? Find a better obsession, I guess, right? For example, if you're obsessed with video games, right? For example, you have to look at why you have that obsession. What do you like about exactly that activity that you're obsessed about, right? If you're obsessed over video games, and maybe it's a sense of accomplishment. Maybe it's a sense of socializing. Maybe it's the sense that you're creating an identity or you're accomplishing something, even if it's virtually. Maybe it's that sense of accomplishment you're addicted to, right? Now, how could you find this need? How can you fulfill this need in different activities other than, you know, just, wait a second, just taking my footrest here. It's better while you're sitting, right? You're gonna find ways to fulfill that need through different activities. So maybe that activity, you can find that sense of accomplishments in playing the guitar or learning an instrument, right? Or even even me right now, for example, is I find that sort of sense of accomplishment by making videos, by reading books, by writing scripts about my next videos I'm going to make, by, you know, potentially I'm working on a book now that I don't know when it's going to be released, but so I find ways to, you know, combat some of my obsessions with better obsessions, right? So if you're obsessed with I don't know, the sense of accomplishment you get from video games, maybe you can find that sense of accomplishment in working out. So find something that fulfills that need. Ask yourself, what need are you trying to fulfill? And that's it. Adrian, I can't pronounce your name, sorry. Did you study psychology or something like that? No, I didn't. Well, I read a bunch of books on psychology. I read some books on mostly because self-development, self-help is pretty much how they explain it in my life coaching manual, my life coaching book that I bought a few months ago. They say that self-development, self-help is applied positive psychology. So when you read about self-help, you learn about psychology a lot, not in the academic, not in the sort of medical sense, but in the practical sense, because when you're in self-help, you're looking for how you can use psychology in a way that you can apply it in your real life and better your life, right? So yeah, self-development is pretty much applied positive psychology, if you could call it that. What did you major in? I majored in film studies as in cinema, watching movies, and I'm still wondering why I graduated in that program. It's kind of a useless degree. Are cold showers legit? Yeah, honestly, cold showers are awesome. I don't do them that often. Why? Because in Canada, Montreal now, it's cold now. So all I have, if I want like I want to do like cold therapy on myself, right? It's called there's a name for that, cold thermogenesis, where you go out in the cold and it teaches your body to produce its own heat, therefore burning fat, therefore better for your mitochondria and your system and all that. I just step on the balcony. It's cold. I step on the balcony without a shirt on, and probably my neighbors would think I'm crazy if they saw me outside like that. But yeah, so I don't need a cold shower anymore. I just basically jump on the I go on the balcony basically. Yeah. How to stick to a schedule and have discipline? By sticking to the schedule and having discipline, right? I mean, well, you gotta make the commitment to yourself. If you have a schedule, let's say, okay, today I'm gonna work out at 8 a.m. and I'm gonna eat at 12. I'm gonna start my work at like 1 p.m. whatever, and you have to respect it, because to stick to a schedule, you need momentum, right? And let's say me, I've been pretty much meditating every single day for the last year, pretty much every single day. For the last few years, pretty much almost every single day. And because I have such this consistency about it, it's actually very hard for me not to meditate. If I were to not meditate, I would really feel like something is off. I'd feel like I don't feel as sharp today. I don't feel as present to the moment. I feel like there's something going on here. So it's a matter of momentum. So you want to stick to a schedule, you have to start with something easy that you can stick to. You start with that thing, okay? So if you can't even wake up at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. and start your day, you always wake up like all over the place, you go to bed all over the place, you can't even do that, just start with that. So start with, okay, I'm gonna go to bed by midnight. I'm not gonna, stay awake until 2 a.m. like usual and play Fortnite and like watch Netflix. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go to bed at 12. So you go to bed at 12, and then try to do that just for a few weeks or a few days. And then after you can do that, okay, now I'm gonna add another habit to my schedule. So I'm gonna work out as soon as I wake up, and you do that, and you just keep adding these in, and I think it'll be much easier to stick to your schedule, right? David, sometimes we need a little time to heal emotional body the same way we need time to heal the physical body. Yeah, I mean, emotions are and the body are pretty much interlinked, right? So um, the there's this thing called psychosomatic disorders or psychosomatic symptoms. It's like when your mind creates pain in your body, right? If you in the book The Mind Body Prescription by John Sarno, I think that's his name, he says that a lot of physical pain that some people feel, for example, back pain, right? Back pain, you would think, oh, it's poor posture and it's, not sleeping correctly, whatever. Yes, but on top of that, he realized also that it was caused a lot by stress, right? By stress, by trauma. And if you heal the emotional body, if you heal these traumas, if you just let go of that stress, he realized that a lot of his patients, it would come back and they would no longer have that back pain if they confronted that trauma, if they healed that trauma. And I thought that was fascinating. Like, whoa, like your mind can heal your body. That's amazing, right? But yes, everything is so interlinked, right? And of course, if you're stressed out, your body's going to be tensed. Even when you're stressed out, your bowel movements are messed up, your sleep is messed up, everything is messed up, right? So, and also people who are sad, who are depressed, they have like a higher chance of mortality, of heart attack, whatever. And not to scare you guys if you're depressed, but yeah. So yeah, it's like both, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of questions. I'm gonna try to go through them a bit faster. Zakaria, what's up, Zakaria? Can I ask something? Anyone can answer. Also, someone in chat. How much weed you have to smoke in adolescence to lose an emotion? I don't know. I smoked weed a few times, and I had the DPDR, then depersonalization, derealization from it, and it didn't happen after a certain dose. It happened after a very it happened at a certain time and place for no reason. Like it was just random when it happened. Even if I smoke weed a lot, a few times in the past. About emotion, I don't know, but just be very careful. If in adolescence, if you're smoking weed, I mean, weed makes you lazy. It makes you numb. It makes you I think it messes up with the receptors of your brain, I'm pretty sure. And the smoke, if you inhale the smoke, actually smoke, what it does is that, whether in cigarettes or in weed, is that it depletes your body of oxygen. It depletes your brain of oxygen. So basically, every time that you smoke, you're making yourself dumber. That's what I think. I don't know. Maybe it's just my pseudo-scientific opinion, okay? But I'm pretty sure there are papers on this if you look at it. So, just be careful with that shit, man. Just be careful with it. Thanks, Nameless. No problem, Comrade Crunch. And how to stop being lazy tips, please. Well, how to stop being lazy? You just stop being lazy. The answer is in the question 8. It's not a trick answer, right? When I say stop being lazy, by how to stop being lazy is you stop being lazy. I mean, you just go do shit. You can. I made a lot of. I think I made 2-3 videos on the topic, but yeah, fundamentally, the ways to go about it is first you just jump right in and you do the thing that you're afraid of doing or you don't want to do, and the second thing you can do is on top of that is realize what your motivations are, right? So usually when you're lazy about something. What are you lazy about? Are you lazy about studying? Well, why is that? Well, maybe because you have the wrong degree. Then, the problem isn't laziness, it's the actual degree that's the wrong one. Okay, there you go. So you have to ask what you're lazy about. If you're lazy about working out, okay, well, why is that? Well, because I don't know. I don't give a shit about. I don't give my shit about my health. I just want to look good, and I don't want to stop being fat. Okay, maybe that's the problem. Your motivations aren't set properly, right? So ask yourself what you're lazy about, and address it at the root cause. And yeah, there's and on top of that, there's so many things you can do. Like, I mean, you can, if you improve your health, if you have more energy, you'll be less lazy. There are different facets to laziness, but at the end of the day, you're just gonna do the fucking thing. That's what you gotta do. So as much as you want to complexify this, listening to more self-help content is, I don't think that's the answer. The answer is to go out there and do the thing. Your streams are so cool. Thank you so much. I live with a narcissist, and their constant judgment and drama is a big source of stress and distracts me from my personal growth and always makes me doubt myself. How can I deal with this? You do not deal with this. The best way to deal with a narcissist is not to deal with the narcissist. So how do you do that? You run away. You run away. There is no way to fix a narcissist. I don't know. Like, I've never, from all the people I've spoken to who've dealt with narcissists, or like the comments I've read or the things I've heard about narcissists, is that I've never once heard of like someone who was able to change a narcissist to be a good person, or to no longer be a narcissist. It's not gonna fucking happen. So number one, find a way to get out of there or kick them out of the house. Like, whoever that person is, if it is a parent, that really sucks, a parent, because I mean, they are family, right? You can't just like never see them again. So probably limit your exposure to that person and that time you spend with that person. So yeah, cut away that time, spend less time with them, as least time as possible. And if it's your significant other, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, then you're in deep trouble, because you probably got to break up. Like, pretty much 100% you got to break up, unless you want to live a life of torment and drama for the rest of your life, or until the relationship will eventually end. So might as well end it now, right? But you know what's best, right? You know what's best. But yeah, how you deal with them is you don't. You get the fuck away from them. Yes, how to stop being lazy? You just fucking do it. Exactly. Anjana. What a name. Okay. What's up, Tilda? Live it. That's awesome. I've started meditating due to awakening. And the third eye, seeing my higher self, and it's really helped a lot. Wow. I don't know about third eye awakening, if I ever had that. I'm not exactly sure what that is and how that feels like, and how are you supposed to know if you've awakened to that level or not. I don't know. I haven't dug into it, but I'd be curious to know. You can tell me more about it. I don't know. Hey Theo, what's up, man? How do you combat low self-esteem, being negative towards yourself? By finding things that make you feel good about yourself, that make you feel confident about yourself, right? You cannot have self-esteem if you have nothing to base your self-esteem upon, right? You can't just, let's say, read an affirmation that says I am the best and feel like you're the best. You need like actual proof that you are the best. If you have these things in your life to prove yourself that you are enough, that you are worthy, that you have confidence, that you're a confident person, then that makes sense. That's something that your mind can be like, oh yeah, I am worthy, right? And if you don't have these things to be proud of, then do that. Like, you start getting these things, right? So, for example, if you're in the dating area, you want to improve your self-esteem to meet the opposite sex, you want to meet women, and you have low self-esteem, and on top of that, you have nothing going on in your life, right? On top of that, you're unemployed, you live with your parents, and you're not doing anything, you're just basically playing video games, nothing with your life. It's going to be very hard to find something to be proud of or to have self-esteem. So in that scenario, you got to build your life up. Like, go find, like, discover what your purpose is in life, discover your life purpose, discover what you want to do with your life, discover what you're inspired to do, and do these things. Grow yourself, and then the self-esteem will come. For example, me, how I develop more self-esteem, more self-confidence is my YouTube channel helped a lot. Now that I have this channel that I spent all of my time growing this channel and growing my business, this gave me a lot more confidence as an entrepreneur, as a coach, gave me a lot more self-esteem than when I began a few years ago. Like if you notice, even just my most recent videos, the vibe and the sort of energy in these videos is a lot different from, you know, my very first few videos in like 2017. I don't remember, but so you get the point. You gotta do things that make you feel good. You best. The best thing about the videos is the mask. It brings comfort for some reason. Oh, thanks. Uh, it's either they love it or they hate it, right? A lot of people they see the mask, they're like, what the fuck, man? What is this? And other people find it cool. So glad you like it. What are your future plans? My plan for this year is to grow my Twitch following and to grow my business and grow my YouTube channel, basically. That's basically my plan. Yeah, by the way, twitch.tv/John_K_Nameless. If you want to follow me, you can. I'm going to be streaming later tonight, and I'll probably leave a comment with the link below. That's basically my plan for this year. I do have like set numbers in my head. I don't like to tell them to everyone because I like to keep my goals to like myself, to keep myself accountable. It's a strange thing I do, but yeah. So that's what I do. He insistently wants, oh, so the narcissist, I'm guessing, to live. Wants to live with my partner, and when we move, and I'm going to make him go to therapy and anger management if he wants to even live near us. You think this will help? Father-in-law narcissist. Yeah, the family is, I mean, yeah, I mean, he has to want to go to, let me read that again, okay? He simply wants to live with my partner. That's weird. Like, he wants to live with your, I mean, you're together with your partner. Why should they, like, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's fine, but you're in a couple, right? So you have the right to privacy with your own girlfriend or boyfriend. I mean, it's hard to make a narcissist do things that they don't want to do, right? Well, actually, it's hard to make anyone do things that they don't want to do, right? So he has to be willing to go himself. I mean, you can try to drag him to the therapy, but like, if he's not open to it, I don't think it's gonna work. I don't know, man. I don't know. Zakaria, if you lose the emotion from weed in adolescence, is it permanent? No, probably not. How to get over the past school was a B. Well, how to get over the past is, I learned that from what's his name, C.S. Joseph. Was doing live streams, and I asked him, how can I let go of the past? And he said that to let go of the past, you have to create new memories. You sort of you create new memories. You, instead of looking behind at like the regrets you've had, all the fuck ups you did, and whatever, all the things you messed up, you look into the future for the things you want to achieve, all the things you want to do with your life. So that's one way to go about it, right? And of course, you have to make peace with it. And what helps me let go of the past is just journal about it. Make sure you process it internally. Sometimes you have to cry it out if it was something very difficult. Maybe you have to cry, and then you let go of it, and then it's gone. And sometimes you got to talk about it with a friend. And sometimes that helps to let go. But after you've done that, don't linger on it for too long. After you've done that, try to move on to the present and the future. Will social anxiety go away by time passing, or is professional help needed? I'm not a professional psychotherapist, and I don't specialize in social anxiety disorder. Though honestly, I think social anxiety, I've heard so many stories of people and even coaches who overcame social anxiety by just going out and actually socializing and pushing themselves to overcome their shyness. This is something you can do. And honestly, I think that the medical industry, when it comes to anxiety, social anxiety, and all that, there's an issue with that, because the thing with with labeling anything a disorder is that you can make anything a disorder. If you look at like the list of mental disorders, there's like everything now. There's like, oh, if you think too much, you have this disorder here of ADHD. Oh, if you're a perfectionist to the point that everything needs to be clean, you're OCD. I mean I don't know. I think sometimes we go a bit overboard, and labeling yourself as having social anxiety disorder is quite, and it can be kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy that you fulfill that expectation on yourself, and then you're stuck with it for longer than you should. That's why they say when you're dealing with depersonalization derealization disorder, which is what I dealt with at the time, you do not want to say, I have DPDR. You never want to say that. You want to say, I'm experiencing DPDR from time to time. And because if you say that, if you change the language, it's going to completely shift your perspective on it. You're not going to associate your identity to that disorder. So make sure you don't associate yourself as someone with social anxiety disorder, because it's just going to make it worse, honestly. It's just going to make it way worse. Um, no problem. Amutera, hello, Guntam, Tanaka. I'm bad with these names, yeah, I know. How to overcome depersonalization, and how long did it take? How much did it take? Me personally, I pretty much overcame it. I think 99%. I still feel the PDR episodes from time to time, but they are much more mild. And how I overcame it is, I'm not affiliated to this guy, but check out Jordan Hardgrave's course called Done with DPDR or Overcoming DPDR. I don't remember the course, but it's Jordan Hardgrave, Hardgrav. Jordan Hardgrave. Check him out. He goes way more in depth than I could ever go in here. What's up, Amber? Do you have any dating goals this year, Jacob? My dating goals, well, I'm with my girlfriend, so my goal is that we'll go on a trip this year, hopefully, with this COVID thing gets better. Even if the COVID thing doesn't get better, maybe we'll go to Mexico, because I think you're allowed to go to Mexico now, I think, from Canada at least. So that's pretty much my goal, is like go on adventures with my girlfriend, hopefully, and do awesome stuff. Yeah, me too. I'm still struggling with depersonalization. Yeah, it's a tough one, honestly. It's a tough one. Uh, it was one of the scariest things I ever had to experience, DPDR, and I don't wish it on anyone, even my worst enemy. This honestly, it felt like I was like, anytime I went to sleep, I had like a panic attack for like 2 to 3 weeks, and I felt like I was gonna die every single night I went to sleep. Like it lasts like 1 to 2 weeks, like the acute moments, but then when I learned to self-regulate myself, it became a lot better. Ever since our one-on-one consultation call we've had, I've really benefited from your advice and wanted to thank you for your support, and I'm in a better place now than I was when we last spoke. Yeah, glad to hear. I think I spoke to you, Amber, right? It was a while ago, right, on Skype. I remember you, and I'm really happy that you got better from even just the free consultation, right? We didn't get into coaching, long-term coaching relationship, but I'm happy that even the free call helped you. That's amazing. I also love watching your videos. As each one gives good advice, and your advice has helped me to improve with my mental health. The more I've been part of your channel, I love your content. Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot. Even if I'm not a mental health practitioner, I'm glad that people say that. I remember is one of my very first clients from a few years ago. He said that, he's been going through severe depression. He said severe depression, like severely depressed, like I think suicidal even. I don't remember. And we had 3 coaching calls together. Like I gave him for free because I was starting my business. And he said that those 3 coaching calls were more valuable than the 2 to 3 years of psychotherapy he's gone through. Like these 3 calls were more helpful than all these years of psychotherapy. I was like, holy shit, dude! Like I don't know if it's me or if it's like if it's just like the psychiatrists that suck, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. How are you feeling? Okay, that you're asking, not asking me. Okay. Can you please clean the lens? Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe after. Uh, Sorry about that. What do you think is the most important quality of a guy when he has a girlfriend? Um, it depends. It depends on the girl. Depends on the girl and what the girl wants, and it depends on the guy and what kind of person he is. But I'd say like most important thing about a guy is you are true to yourself and you're honest and you convey that to your girlfriend. You stay honest, you stay very truthful, because truth and honesty is the foundation to trust. If you have truth and honesty as a man, if you're able to be honest with your emotions, with how you're feeling, with what you're thinking, what your intentions are, if you're honest with all that, then your woman is going to respect you a lot more. Your woman's going to trust you a lot more. She's going to feel more comfortable around you. And being honest, being truthful is honestly extremely powerful. It's extremely powerful. And I try to harness this honesty, going a bit outside the scope of relationships in my videos. In my sort of mission. And if you've looked into my past few videos that are much shorter, I really double down on that sort of truth, honesty aspect. And I just speak the truth as it should be. And if you're able to stay with the truth and say the truth and be honest with your woman, then she's going to be honest to you too. She's going to be truthful to you too. And you build a relationship on a foundation of honesty. I think it's going to be amazing. Yeah, the lighting just keeps switching because I'm like in front of the window. Whatever, it is what it is. It is what it is. Just leave it as is. Maybe if I lower the light, if that helps. Is it better? Not much better. I have different colors too, whatever. Okay. Hello. Oops, I scroll all the way down. See you guys. Thank you, Nameless. Well, thank you, Andrena. Thank you for passing by. It's made me smile the fact that you still remember a Skype call. Thank you so much for reading my comment. No problem. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for applying for a call with me. Thank you for trusting me. And that makes me happy to see people that have actually changed and evolved and became better. Right? Can you have depersonalization but feel bad emotions like sadness and fear and not being completely numb? Yeah, I mean, depersonalization is it's just the feeling that, if you look at the definition, depersonalization is the feeling that you're disconnected from the world. You're disconnected from reality in a way that you feel like you're dreaming. You're not sure whether you're awake or dreaming. And that's a scary thing, is because you basically your body is a sort of a fight or flight response, and it doesn't know how to react, so it just dissociates your body from your mind and all that. So you feel dissociated, and with that you can feel numbness, you can feel bad emotion, sadness. That all comes with it, yes. But sometimes you don't. Sometimes I feel depersonalized and I don't feel anything negative. Right? Me, I've reached a point now with, doing a lot of body relaxation and, working on self-regulation and all that. I reached a point now where, yes, depersonalization happens. I feel it sometimes, but I feel the depersonalization, but I don't feel any negative emotions with it. It's just there. So it's like the weather, right? So when it's raining outside, you could be like, oh, fuck, it's raining. I hate this shit. Oh, I can't go out and do skateboarding anymore. Or you look at the rain and you say, oh, it's raining. So same thing is like you feeling DPDR, like, DPDR sucks. I'm so scared right now. Try to dissociate the emotion from the experience. And now you just say, oh, I'm experiencing DPDR. Okay. And you keep doing whatever you're going to do. You keep sort of living your life. It's important when you have DPDR that you don't linger on it, that you sort of try to think it out, because you can't really sort of think it out, right? You have to just keep living your life, keep working out. If you like to go to the gym, keep working on your purpose, your life purpose, keep doing art, keep playing music, keep hanging out with friends, all that. Just keep your life, right? I fall in love with a girl. We were together for a year. She's saying that she doesn't feel love anymore, and I'm not doing things that makes her feel love. I don't know what to do. Yeah, it's complicated. When a woman says that, it can mean a lot of things. It can mean a lot of things, and sometimes it's because maybe it could be different things. Maybe she lost attraction for you. Maybe you did something that turned her off. Maybe you changed. Maybe there could be many reasons why she said they fell out of love for you, right? And I could give you sort of the red pill answer that, oh well, she's not attracted to you. She wants to meet another guy. She fell in love with another guy. That's why, because you were not enough. Well, maybe that's the reason. Not necessarily. Okay, that I don't want to freak her out. Okay, I don't freak out about this. Maybe it's just a lack of communication and lack of sort of understanding. Maybe try to speak to her and see like what's going on. But that's a difficult one, because love is it's not a logical thing that you can sort of really talk it out. You can, yes, you can talk about it. Yes, I'd say talk about it, trying to figure out what's going on with her. I would speak to her and see, hey, what's going on? What do you mean by that? What would rekindle that love? And you can try, but honestly, if that doesn't work out, just be ready to move on and find somebody else. I know that's not the answer maybe you want to hear, and it's tough to hear, but maybe that's the case, and that sucks. If one person feels one way, the other person doesn't feel the same way, that's an issue, right? So yeah. Sorry for asking you repeatedly. How much did it take you to go back to normal, I guess? Are you the person? Yeah, about DPDR. Yeah, ask whatever questions you want. This is live stream. You get 1 hour of my time, sort of 45 minutes an hour. Ask me whatever you want. So how much time did it take me? I don't want to say like a time answer to DPDR or like recovering anything, because you're going to compare yourself. You're going to feel like, you're not living up, you're not recovering fast enough or whatever. Some people, they have DPDR for basically 8 years or whatever. Okay. Me, I had it. The hardest was like the first 3 to 4 months were the absolute hardest. The first 2 weeks were like I wanted to die, basically. That's how bad it was. After the 3-4 months, those were the hardest, but it became progressively much better. And honestly, it took me at least like a good 6 months to be like feeling good again. And even now, I still like have DPDR 1%. Sometimes I feel it, but it's something you can overcome. You just be patient with yourself. You don't need to put a time frame on it. Just say, if it takes me two weeks, then there you go. If it takes me 2 years, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep fighting every day. My question today would be, how would you deal with low self-esteem? Lately, I've been in a better place career-wise, but I'm still struggling with to love myself mentally. Though it seems like the answer is in the question, right? So you want to learn how to love yourself. To love yourself, well, you gotta sort of practice self-soothing, that I like to call, or self-love, which means to be kind to yourself, be accepting to yourself in a way, and find things to love about yourself. Like, genuinely ask you this: what are things that I like about myself? That I like. It could just be that you're hardworking sometimes, that you are good at music, that you are good at painting, whatever it is. You gotta find that thing that you can feel confident about, as I've said. Right? To find self-esteem, you need to find that thing to feel confident about, right? Yes, life sadness, grief, cause depersonalization is not about emotions, about not being able to identify with them. Yeah, also that's the thing. Yeah, so you also need to learn to reconnect with your emotions also. Hello, Sibin. Fault if I don't feel good emotions anymore because I smoked. Yeah, I mean, if you it's when something happens like DPDR, whatever negative thing has happened in your life, you shouldn't feel bad about it happening because it's out of your control. Things happen out of your control, and it's just a trauma that occurred. You can't really control what your body will do. So find acceptance. Don't feel too guilty about that. It's not really your fault, right? And just be kind to yourself in that way. How to get rid of addiction? By finding a better addiction to replace it with, right? So if you're addicted to smoking, well, what do you like about smoking? Maybe it's just the relaxing aspect of it, the socializing aspect of it. Maybe it's just like having something stimulating or like a taste in your mouth or, something cool to do. Then maybe you can find something else. Maybe instead you could just chew a Nicorette gum. Maybe you chew gum, or maybe I don't know, you find something else to do, right? Like a better alternative to that addiction. So yeah, there's a lot you can get into here. So guys, it's been 50 minutes. Ask me all of your questions now. I'm gonna maybe answer like 3, 4 more questions and then call it a day. So ask them now before I leave, right? So do you have practical steps to decreasing the feeling of being depersonalized? As I've said, look into Jordan Hargrave's course. It tells you a lot more that I ever could, and he knows a lot more about DPDR than I do. So I'd highly recommend. Probably it's better you just buy his course. I don't think it's that much. It's like $100, but I mean, is fixing DPDR worth $100? Hell yeah, I would pay like 2,000 to fix DPDR, 5,000, right? So yeah, just consider that, save some money and buy his course. But like in a nutshell, I'd say like you have to practice body relaxation. You have to practice relaxing your body, right? So then you can relax your body by just right now, okay, just feel your body like from head to toe and just let go, okay, just relax it. Okay, so your body is tense and then you relax it. You have to practice relaxing it. It's hard to explain. You got to do it, basically. I have conversion disorder. It's impossible for me to speak under stress. My feelings also go blind, and I have processed last month. I just goes away. I'm afraid it will stay though. Yeah, well, I feel you, Mama Bear, and what a name. I feel you, and I don't know what to tell you. It's sometimes you're born and you have like certain things that suck that maybe other people don't have, or you have certain things happen to you and you have certain disorders, and you gotta try to make the best out of it, right? There's like, remember this kid who had like this disease that made him age extremely quickly. He only lived up to like 25 years old or something, but he did a TED talk about that, and he made something out of his disorder, and the talk had like millions, tens of millions of views, and extremely inspiring. So you can make something out of your trauma, out of the things that had happened to you. Zakaria, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure about the weed thing. I've been feeling rather down lately due to being able to go out much apart from working. What would you recommend I do to take my mind off not being able to see my family? Feeling right down lately, go out. Well, spend time with them on Facebook Messenger. Call them, talk to them on Skype, whatever application you have, and find ways to socialize, because the social need is not going to go away. The social need is like, I just can't focus. Okay, there we go. Camera's back. Socializing, connecting with other human beings, that is something fundamental that's never going to go away, right? Me, for example, I live with my girlfriend, so I don't feel lonely. and I speak to my friends often, so I don't feel lonely. I speak to them on Messenger. I get on a call with them maybe once every week or every few weeks, so I don't feel that loneliness. But if you feel that loneliness, it's important you seek out the right relationships and the people to, fill that void, and reach out to your family. Uh, you gotta speak to them. And so a second thing to alleviate loneliness is find something to be passionate about and do it, right? And that's what I'm doing with Nameless. This is my purpose. I want to focus on my studies, but keep procrastinating can't take away my mind from those beautiful memories I had with my friends. Yeah, well, just you gotta do it, as I say. You can't focus, well, make yourself focus. Sam Ovens, he's an entrepreneur that's, basically he's the whole foundation of my business, Sam Ovens, everything I learned from him. And he says that the opposite of focus is distraction. So how do you do focus? How you do focus is you not do distraction. Simple, right? So you look at all the things that are distracting in your life and you remove them. So if you need to focus on your studies, disable your internet, don't go on social media, cut all that thing away, hide your phone in your closet, and study. That's it, right? How do you focus is you don't do distraction. Nothing in thank you. No problem. So thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for being part of the live stream. I'm gonna be live later tonight. Okay, actually, I gotta type this in the comments. Wait, I'm gonna be live later tonight. And how do I type something? Damn it! How do I type something? How do I type something? Because it would tell me how do I type something. How do I type something? How do I type? Top. Damn it! I can't type anything. Rotate device. Damn it. Okay. Whatever. Okay. I'm gonna be live on Twitch later tonight at 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you're there, and then you can just follow me on Twitch. So it's twitch.tv/John_K_Nameless. I'll make sure to leave a link in the comment section of this live stream later after that. So make sure you do that. And so thank you guys for watching, and peace.